Hello there, I'm the Cardboard Robot. Welcome to Quick Fix. Resident Evil Village has a ton of treasures to collect over the course of your adventure as Ethan Winters. But there are a few select items that can be combined to exponentially increase their value. This is going to be a quick guide to getting all the combinable items in Resident Evil Village. Also, I'm going to be going in story order, specifically by what point in the story you can collect every component to a combinable item. So I don't want to hear anyone in the comments down there going, well, actually, you could get the body of the Madalina Doll before you even go to House Beneviento. Alright, we're just moving on past that. First item! Okay, so our first treasure can be found entirely within Castle Dimitrescu. And since you can't come back here later, you must grab this before you go through the masked door. The first piece of our ring being the silver band itself, we find that simply in a dresser in the Hall of Pleasure. For the Azure Eye itself, we're going to make our way back into the dungeon after we get the Iron Insignia key, and unlock this door that we couldn't get through earlier. After some good old-fashioned puzzle shooting, we get the pearl itself.
As always, a trustworthy, fair exchange.
Now that we've escaped from Castle Dimitrescu, we can make our way back into the village proper and get the wooden goat. This is especially convenient because these pieces are pretty much right next to each other, and all we need is the wheel well. For both pieces, we're going to be focusing on the house just east of the Maiden of War in the village square. In the case of the body of the wooden goat, though, we'll literally just walk right into it as we progress on the story path. As far as getting the head of the goat, we simply have to exit the very same house via the front door and use the wheel on the well right in front of it.
Now to spend like kings.
Okay, before we get Madalina, we're gonna have to deal with a small infestation of dolls over at House Beneviento, so that we can access the gardener's house right outside of the elevator. Once we can access that area, you just have to use the wheel on the well outside the gardener's house to retrieve the head of Madalina. Then, after we get back into the village proper, we can just travel over to the Luther's house. Abandoned in the back of their shed, we can find the body of the Madalina doll just sitting in a box.
You will part with this.
The necklace itself is very easy to find. All you're going to need to do is use the wheel on the well behind Mother Miranda's church in the village. Now we just need the two pieces that go into it. To get those, we're first going to have to do a little fishing and get the hand crank. With crank in hand, now we can return to East Old Town in the village and unlock this strange crank gate. Once that's done, we can climb up the ladder, make our way over the ridge to this rooftop, where a treasure chest lies in wait, containing the pigeon blood ruby. Perhaps the most complicated of all the items we'll be collecting today. To get the large pigeon blood ruby, we'll first have to return to the docks we passed on our way back to the village from Castle Dimitrescu. Using the crank, we can lower the bridge on the dock and gain access to another motorboat, which we'll be using to take the river up north back towards Castle Dimitrescu. Once we reach this dock, we'll use the crank again to drop this bridge and return to a very familiar location. Now returning here with the well wheel, we can just use it on the well behind the shack in order to reveal a secret ladder which brings us down to a puzzle room. Don't fret. This puzzle is super simple and just involves climbing, making all the lights on a console green, and pushing some carts. This will allow you to get on top of the room containing some good ammo and, of course, the large pigeon blood ruby. Okay, so for our final item, we're gonna have to wait until we get to Heisenberg's factory. Of course, both pieces of his hammer are here, and much like Dimitrescu's castle, if we miss a piece, we're waiting until next run to complete this item. For our first piece, the mechanical part cylinder, all we need to do is pass through this hallway where the soldats are hanging up in basement level 4, and find our breakable wall right here. Smash on through and you'll find the case containing the cylinder. The second piece of our hammer is also on basement level 4, MB4 specifically, right next to the foundry. But we can only reach this item after obtaining Heisenberg's key. With that in hand, simply walk up these steps from the foundry, unlock this door, and you'll find the mechanical shaft just sitting there, barely guarded by a few haulers.
Splendid.
Alright, and that's it, that's all. Now you know how to collect every single combinable item in Resident Evil Village. If you like this video, please drop a like, and if you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button. I have my full Resident Evil Village playthrough highlight video up right now if you want to see more of my Resident Evil content. And if there's anything you'd like to see in the future, please let me know in the comments below, or join the Cardboard Nation Discord. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching today's Quick Fix. Thanks for watching my video. It's over now, so it's time to go. Or you could watch something else from me. I upload every other day, and most of my stuff is okay. Stop on by and check what else there is to see. Do 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 do.